Thank you for watching our video on self-defense. This technique is smashing hammer and is required for beginner students at Ellis County Martial Arts. The attack is a two-handed lapel grab. I'm going to have Mr. Bustamante come from this angle, coming in from in here. Now, before we get into the technique more forcefully, we're going to do it slow motion so you can kind of see what's going on. This one's a little bit more involved than some of the other beginner techniques. As he steps in to grab, more than likely, as he makes the grab, the energy coming in from here is going to actually push me back. I may actually even stagger a little bit. And then he pulls forward. Now, he might pull forward simply because he wants to shake me, all right, to get control over me. But maybe even more seriously, he's pulling me forward to do a headbutt. So he gets me off balance with the initial grab, and then he comes in, boom, and then there's the headbutt. And that's the version that we're most concerned about. So this is a water technique. We're going to fade back, and then we're going to crash back in with that energy as he comes forward. This takes some practice to get the timing down, but that's what we're here for. So slow motion, as he steps in to grab and some of the energy pushes me back, I might even stagger a little bit, my hands are going to come out. Now that's actually going to play into my favor. As he starts to pull forward, I'm going to step in with my right foot. Now it's difficult to see sometimes on the video, but I'm actually going to be stepping in here and trying to get a knee check. I'm actually pressing with my right knee against his right knee to help keep him off balance. At the same time, my right hand is going to do a palm strike, coming up from here and hitting his head and moving it over to the side. If he was planning on doing the headbutt, he's off target now. So it's not a slap, all right? I am actually hitting him with the palm, but don't overthink it. Your goal is to move his head off the side. Now at the same time, my right hand, remember my hands went out like this, my right hand is going to come underneath and circle in and do an uppercut style punch up into the rib cage. All right, and again, my goal here is to get him to bend over, to change his height zone and knock the wind out of him and break his train of thought. All right, so I'm actually having three things going on all at the same time. All right, I'm going to step in, I'm going to palm strike and follow through, and I'm going to do an uppercut punch all at the same time. So as he pulls, I come in, bang, and hit. Notice how his head goes over to the side. Now, it's harder to see on the video from here, but after my left palm hit him in the jaw, it came over. I'm going to move you this way just for a second, Mr. Bustamante. And it actually wraps around and grabs right here on the forearms. All right, I'm going to trap those arms. He grabbed me, but now I've got him. And he could possibly let go with this right hand, but it's going to take him a second to figure out what's going wrong, and I'm not going to give him that much time. So for the second here, I've got both of his hands trapped. All right, let's look at that again. All right, he steps in to grab, he pulls forward, bang, hit. Now, without hesitation, circle your right arm around and smash down with a hammer strike on the neck or the base of the skull, depending on how far he's turned. Smash down from in here. That should bring him down even farther. Now, from here, we're going to use the left elbow to finish him off. All right, but you're not in exactly the right spot. So take a small step over with your right foot, all right, and get your balance and then smash down into the base of the skull or his jaw if he's looking at you and drive him all the way to the ground. Okay, remember on this technique, we think down, 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 not back. I don't want to push him back. I want to bring him down, down, down. Each set of moves here brings him closer to the ground. All right, so as he steps in to grab and I step in, 1, 2, and 3, down. And then I step back into my guard position and check the corners. Okay, let's look at this from a different angle, coming from here. All right, as he steps in and pulls, 1, 2, and 3. There's the shot. Notice I'm back here into a good stance. I use my kneeling stance coming down with the elbow from here, but it's a good solid stance. And then I step back from this position. Okay? Now, that's standard form. I also want to cover the what if on this one because it does happen in class and it may very well happen in real life. And that is that he wasn't actually on his way in to do the headbutt. He hadn't committed to that. So when you do the left palm strike, he sees it coming and he evades it by leaning back so that it misses completely. Now, you didn't get the headbutt, which is good, but that also leaves his head in a straight line coming at you for the next move. So let's look at some slightly different outcomes if that happens. So from here, as he grabs and he starts to pull, and I go to do the palm strike and he leans back and it misses, I'm going to follow through, but now that head's going to come forward. Now, if he actually is trying to do the headbutt now, I will throw this forearm and elbow up in there to block that. But let's say that he simply just kind of ducked his head down because I just hit him here. Now the problem is I don't have this line of entry that I had previously when I moved his head over to the side. It's not there. So I'm going to modify my angle of attack here, and I'm going to come in with a downward diagonal hammer strike coming in on this side of the neck. Now, his head is still going to be in position. Now I don't really have to step over. I simply pivot in place and rotate that elbow strike into the side of his head from there. All right, and then step back. So that's a slightly different variation if they don't commit to the headbutt at the beginning. We teach it as the headbutt coming in because that is the most dangerous one. And if you can perform that one, the other one is a little bit easier. All right, good attention. Smashing hammer. Thank you.